singular and plural. So now we are getting into grammar, English grammar. I'm going to start with very basic stuff, and from there we'll pick up the pace and try to make more words and sentences, and go into how you would speak and pronounce. So today we're going to do singular and plural. And what is singular and plural? So in the English language, singular means when you're talking about one, something that is singular, like right now I have written here dog, so which means it's one dog we are talking about. And in English, if you were to try and talk about many dogs, which is what is plural, that is more than one, then I would write over here dogs. So here we have one, we're talking about one dog, and when you want to talk about many, which is plural, you'll say dogs, you'll add an S at the end. There are some exceptions which we'll go into in a little bit, but this is the basic how you would use a singular and plural when you are talking about one specific thing or more than one.
مهم الفرق ما بين singular والبلورال. هذه كتهضر على حاجة واحدة، بحال هكا كلب. سوري على هذا المصطلح هذا بالحق مهم ضروري. إلا بغيت تهضر على بزاف ديال الكلاب خاصك تكتب dogs، يعني بزاف، كتهضر على بزاف. يعني الفرق ما بين هذه وهذه، هذا غير كتهضر على كلب واحد، وهذا كتهضر على بزاف ديال الكلاب. اوكي. عشان هاد بان هو أقلام، يعني قلم كتهضر على واحد قلم، على ستيلو واحد بحال هذا ستيلو كتهضر على واحد، فكتبغي تهضر على بزاف أقلام. اوكي.
So let's complete the rest. So here we have pen. So if we want to write it in the plural, it would be pens. So that means many. Here we have cat. If I wanted to translate that into plural, I would write cats. Then we have boat. If I wanted to say there's many boats, and that's how I would boats. So that means there's one boat here, and here there could be more than one, 2, 3, 4, many. Here we have the word can, and then here we write it in plural form, cans. So it's pretty simple. You add an S at the end here, but there would be an exception which I would go into after this is translated to you.
ايوا المهم هاد كيف ما قلت لكم، يعني فاش كتهضر على حاجه وحده ما تكتبش هاد الاس هادي، يعني دوغ كتهضر على كلب واحد. المهم بان ستيلو كتهضر على قلم واحد. كات كتهضر على قطه واحده، قط. بوت كتهضر على باخره وحده. كان يعني كتهضر على كانيت، يعني ما عرفتش كان بالعربيه، بالحق نقول لكم كان المعنى ديالها هي القرعه ديال الكوكا ولا بيبسي، كتكون كانيت صغيره. المهم فاش كتبغي تهضر على بزاف ديال لي كانيت، كانز كتهضر بزاف على باخرات، على الباخرات كدير بوتس، بزاف ديال القطوط كدير قطاط ولا ما عرفتش. بانس ستيلو اقلام. دوغز يعني كلاب. اوكي.
Alright, so the next video is going to be about how you would do the plural form of nouns, which I'm going to explain what is a noun, ending in S, X, Z, CH, SH, how you would turn them into plural form. So that is going to be a little bit different, but I've just done here the basics. And you know, you could easily catch on to what I have written here. So the next little video is going to be about nouns, and then I'm going to go back into how a different noun ending with a word, different letter, how we would change it into plural, because it changes. It doesn't just, you know, you just don't put an S at the end of everything. This is just basically these words that you would, you know, be able to just add an S and it would be a plural. So now I'm going to just let you know what is a noun. So a noun is, after this has been translated, I'm going to let you know what is a noun.
اوكي. المهم هاد الكلمات ديال البلورال يعني يا تحولهم دابا كلمات واحد اخرين، ماشي زعما بالضروري هادو هادي البيزيك ديال اللونغ، يعني ابسط، يعني شي حاجه اللي بسيطه باش كتبدا. يعني ضروري هاد الاس هادي كما قلنا قبيله خاصها تكون. دابا غادي نبداو حاجه واحده اخرى هي اللي غتشرحها لكم.
Okay, so all these words here that I've written are called nouns, right? So a noun is a word used to identify any of a class of people, places, or things, or to name a particular one of these proper nouns. So these are all like, it's like almost like objects or living things, right? So that is what is a noun. All right, so that's really important to know. If you're talking about a place, or say, like I said, like we're talking about a cat. Cat is a noun. Boat is a noun, right? If you are identifying something, then that is a noun. Okay, so that's really important to know. All these are nouns. And so when the noun ends with let's have that translated first.
هاد الكلمات كاملين اللي مكتوبين هنايا كيتسماو بالونجلي nouns. يعني كاين بزاف ديال الكلمات ماشي بالضروري باش يكونوا كيبداو بثلاثه ديال الحروف، كاين بزاف بحال بوت، كاين بزاف ديال الكلمات. هي عندي انا السبوره صغيره داكشي ما بغيتش نعمرها. اوكي.
So these nouns, when we turned it into plural, we just added an S. It was really easy. You see, S, and it became plural. But if you are using nouns like, let's write it here. So I'm going to take this off. So let's write here. So I'm writing everything in uppercase letters because it's just easy for you to understand and to read it. Okay, so these nouns, if you notice, they end with S, C-A, S-H, C-H, X. Okay, these are some examples, but I'm talking about all the nouns that end with S, X, Z, CH, SH. Yeah, so these these letters, whenever it ends like this, we're going to be turning it into plural in a different way. So, as you can see, these nouns are ending with some of the letters here. So we said S, SH, CH, X. So like before, how we turned it into plural, we just added an S and it became plural. So that means we were talking about more than one. But when you have these letters, when a word, a noun ends with these letters, let me show you how to change it into plural. So bus would be changed like this. So we would add an ES. So any nouns that end with these letters, you turn it into plural by adding an ES. So here we have the noun wish. So how do we turn it into plural? Wishes. We have the next noun, pitch. Pitches. The next one is box. Boxes. Okay, so I hope you understood that these are a little bit different than the words we were talking about, the nouns we were talking about before. So when you want to change any noun that ends with these letters and you want to turn it into plural, you would add an ES. And that's just a rule in grammar. And then what I'm going to teach you next is when you have a noun ending with Y. So now these nouns are going to end with the letter Y. So this is the letter we are talking about, okay? It's going to end with this letter, Y. So let me write a couple of words and then I will show you how this is changed into plural. Okay, so you can see all these nouns end with the letter Y. So how are you going to talk about it in the plural form? So a penny, you want to say more than one penny, right? You want to talk about more than one. So in this case, the rule in grammar is you drop the Y and you add IES. So when you have a noun ending with the letter Y and you want to make it into plural, you want to transform it into the plural form, you take out the Y and you add IES. So you see, that makes it into plural form. So these are just rules in English, in grammar, how you would write it, right? So here we have spy, right? We drop the Y and we add IES. Here we have the noun baby. We want to talk about more than one baby? Babies. So you see I dropped this Y and I wrote IES. The next noun is city. We want to talk about many cities, so you'd put IES at the end. Then we have here Daisy, and then you would do the same thing, IES. So basically this is grammar, but when you speak, if you notice, there's no difference in pronouncing, right? So if I was to say, like I was going to say house, houses, and then I'm going to say something, a noun from over here, I would say penny, pennies. When you're speaking, it doesn't really show that, you know, there's a IES or it ends with an S or it ends with an ES in the plural form. When you speak, it will sound the same. So if I was to say cats, I have a cat, or I have cats, or if I wanted to say I have a baby or I have babies, actually it's the S sound that's coming out, but this is how the grammar is written. So I hope that you could have, you know, understood what I was talking about. These are sort of the basic rules in grammar, and I'm trying to do grammar and speaking at the same time with you guys. And if you do have any questions, please leave your comments in the comment box, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks and have a great day.
شكرا خوت، وكنتمنى ان شاء الله تكون استفدتوا شي شويه. هذا الشيء بلا ما تحمقوا به راسكم، لان الجرامر شي شويه صعيب، والمهم في المرحله الجايه ان شاء الله غادي يكون شي حاجه. المهم حنا غاديين بشويه بشويه حتى نشوفوا شنو غادي يكون الخير ان شاء الله. نتمنى تكون عجبكم الفيديو، وشكرا بزاف والى اللقاء.